guys, and welcome to the Miss Kenna channel. If you are new, my name is Hulda, and today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of online learning. So, if you have been watching my video consistently, you would know that I have been pursuing my master's degree online. Now, this was an option or something that I thought I would never do, but I am doing it. So, oh my gosh, I'm doing it and it has had its ups and downs. So today I'm going to be talking to you about it. I know some people are considering doing online learning because of the pandemic and due to other circumstances. Online learning might just be the right fit for you. So I'm first going to talk about why online learning was for me. So I was at a point where I had just got done with my undergrad and I needed to work at the same time. I also needed to pursue higher education because, we all have goals and we all have educational goals and things that we want to achieve. And so it was just one of those things that I had to do and I wanted to do. And I knew I was gonna love doing it. But at the same time, with the pandemic and everything, I couldn't really move on campus, so I had to do everything online. So I chose the online learning to the program that I'm in now. So a few pros and cons that I have for you guys that I think really stick out and makes a difference for somebody who is a traditional student, a traditional learner in a traditional setting compared to an online student. The first pro is that online learning is pretty affordable. It is a lot cheaper than being in that traditional setting of, having your professor and being in a classroom. And it's a lot cheaper because most online learning is based on asynchronizing learning. So asynchronizing learning is basically when the professor puts out all the information that you need to do successfully well, and you're giving deadlines. And sometimes they'll have like a lecture on Zoom every now and then or something to give you more information on a topic. But for the most fact, you're doing a lot of things on your own, you're learning on your own, and this is beneficial. And this brings me to the first con of online learning. The first con is that you are basically doing every single thing on your own. So if you're not a student or just a person in general who knows how to study and do things on your own as an individual, you are going to struggle doing things online because you don't have access to really knowing who your classmates are. And so you can't ask somebody about, what you learned last week if you missed class. There's nobody to ask about homework assignments or even people to form necessarily study groups with. You basically have to do things on your own, and some students, this can be a pro for some people because some people know how to do things on their own and it works out for them, whilst others work better in a group setting or at least working with one other person. Another pro to learning online is that you don't have like 12 credits, okay? You are not taking 4 or 5 classes. At most, you're probably taking 3 classes, and it's because online learning is different, and in some ways harder compared to traditional learning settings. So your university will probably not allow you to take that many classes, which on the other hand means that you get to really concentrate and do well on those classes because that's the focus, is that you take, less credits as possible, focus on those classes really well and do well. So a con might be that these classes are probably for a short period of time. So for example, my semesters are actually 8 weeks based. So after 8 weeks, I'm moving on to the next semester. So it's fast in certain ways. And in a traditional setting, your semesters are like 3 months, or even 4 months based. And so basically what you're supposed to be learning in your undergrad for 3 months is what in the master's program, you would be learning in a period of 8 weeks. So it's very fast. It's a lot of information. And, you know, going fast paced might be beneficial to some people, while it might not be beneficial to other people. So this could be a pro or a con. Like in a period of 8 weeks, you don't really get to know your professors. And this makes it hard for you to get letter of recommendations. So if you wanted to go to, let's say, a doctorate, or go to medical school, or, you know, further your education, further your training, it's going to be a lot harder because, first of all, these classes are online, okay? And so you're not getting that much interaction or that much one-on-one with your professor as you would in a traditional setting. And like I said before, this is very hard for you to, you know, not necessarily ask for letter of recommendations, but I think it's harder for the professor to really think about writing you a good letter of recommendation, since you're not somebody that they know or they knew in a long period of time. And by the way, this also could be a pro or con, because some students don't really care about connecting with their professors, while others do. So the last, but certainly not the least thing that I'm going to talk about online learning is simply the fact that there is a misconception that online learning is a lot easier compared to traditional learning style. And I think that is just not true. Learning in general is hard, whether you're doing it online. And I think the difficult part about online is that you are solely dependent on like electronics. You're solely dependent on your iPad, your computer, whatever device that you use to learn. Whereas when you are in a traditional setting, you can rely on being in the classroom and attending classes, as well as, you know, having the materials on your laptop. I think you are more restricted to, I feel like there's like a restriction on where you can get information from. I think there's a restriction in online learning in some ways compared to traditional learning. So your professors also will have, you know, office hours, just like you'd normally have in traditional settings. However, your professor's office hours are not like you go into their office and have a conversation. It's mostly like on a Zoom meeting call. They're probably at their home or their home office. They're comfortable, and so are you. And you can basically get in contact with them at any time. Some of the professors even give out their cell phones, so you can actually text your professor. Like I can text my professor about something, and then they'll say, call me, or let's set up a Zoom call. But in a traditional setting, you have to like put your name on a long list of students who are waiting to see the professor that day, and there's a line sometimes, and sometimes depending on where you are in that line, you might not be able to see your professor on that day. So I think that's a pro when it comes to online learning. So thank you guys so much for watching this video if you did all the way to the end. If you have any questions, please do leave it down below in the comments, and I will definitely answer you guys no matter what. No matter how busy I get, I will definitely respond. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up to show your support for my channel. Bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.